Hello everyone, welcome back to another Doctor Who unboxing. Yes, we've got another physical media release. This time we're taking a look at the Doctor Who The Savages Steelbook. So the way this is going to work, we're going to take a look at the presentation of this Steelbook and then do a complete Doctor Who Steelbook lineup so you can see what the Doctor Who Steelbook collection looks like. So without further ado, let's begin the unboxing. So yes, The Savages, it's lovely to get another animation and another first Doctor one, so that's always very exciting. And I believe that there are plans for more animations, that they might possibly found the funding for more animations, so you might be getting more frequent animations, so that's going to be really exciting. And The Savages is a story I really love, and I'll talk about The Savages when I sort of give my overall thoughts on it. So if we just remove the cardboard, because it's done its job, and here we have the Steelbook itself. So I'm going to remove the cellophane prison and we'll take a closer look at the artwork. So here is the Savages out of its cellophane prison. So let's take a look at this artwork. So the artwork, I'm going to be honest, it reminds me very much of the sort of missing episode vinyl soundtrack releases that we've been getting, with sort of the same sort of TARDIS motif there and sort of the silhouettes of the sort of Savages themselves there. So that's really quite striking. I think this artwork definitely is more striking compared to the actual DVD and Blu-ray artwork, which we'll probably see when we look at the disc. So Doctor Who The Savages, this is a 3-disc set, so that's very exciting. The side of the release there, very striking sort of spine there for the actual Savages itself, and on the back there we've got a little bio on the Savages and what this includes. So if we remove the J card, we can see the clean artwork for this Steelbook. So yeah, very pretty, do like this artwork. And then inside, we have inside the actual Elders sort of city there and sort of there. I don't want to spoil it, what that is there for. We've got the guards there, so it looks very neat. So if we open the Steelbook up, we have a little booklet, but we'll take a close look at the full artwork for this Steelbook. So there we go, that is looking very nice with sort of the main sort of corridors of the Elder base and then sort of the caves there with the Savages. So I like that sort of mirroring effect we see with this artwork, so that's really lovely. So if we take a look at the booklet, so this is what I mean about the artwork for the sort of main sort of DVD and Blu-ray. It doesn't really sort of sell the animation. I think this is a thing what sort of worries me about the Savages animation. That it sort of could be a bit like the Underwater Menace one, where it's sort of, it can look a little bit flat because the lighting isn't there to support it. Because I think The Savages is a really great story. It feels very sort of new series, and I think Ian Stuart Black is very much a writer who is ahead of his time. I think the stories he wrote for the show, you know, The Savages, the War Machines, and the Macra Terror, I think are all absolutely brilliantly are all fantastic stories. I think they feel very contemporary, and I hope that this sort of animation makes people realise that The Savages is really sort of a lost classic in a way, because I think the thing with sort of Ian Stuart Black stories, I feel, is that it takes good time for good art to rise, and I think that The Savages is a perfect example of that, where people go, actually, you know what, this is a really good story. I think this is a wonderful story for the first Doctor, and this is quite monumental because we say goodbye to Stephen Taylor, but this also completes sort of Dodo stories. We have pretty much a complete Dodo collection, bar sort of the end of the massacre, but we have pretty much Dodo's adventures now, which is absolutely wild. So yeah, let's take a look at the booklet. So we've got production notes there with the stills of the animation. I guess that's pretty nice there, sort of a history on the Savages there. And yeah, the animation, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I don't think that's a great likeness to Peter Purvis personally, but it probably will be better in motion there. So yeah, a bit more about the actual Savages itself. And there we have these lovely little screen grabs of the animations themselves. So that's really nice. It seems like they took a bit of artistic license out of sort of the main sort of Elder control room there. And then we have the special features. So we have an alternative black and white presentation. So we've got the black and white episodes, episode reconstruction. So we've got telesnap reconstructions, audio commentary on reconstructed episodes, remembering / forgetting the Savages. I believe this is like over an hour long sort of documentary. So that's really wild. I think they've really gone out on the special features for this release. It feels very much like what you see on the Doctor Who collection series. So that's really neat that they've sort of really bumped up the special features on here. And then we have Innes Lloyd, the producer, so looking at the person who produced Doctor Who from 1966 to 1968. So it's sort of putting a spotlight on one of the figures of the time. Again, this was very much like a Blu-ray sort of special feature. Then we have the surviving footage compilation, and then we have the BBC training film, which features Christopher Barry, who directed The Savages, photo gallery, animation gallery, and then a load of PDF material as well. And then we have the sort of cast list for the story as well, with some dates there. So let's take a look at the discs. So disc 1 is the black and white animation plus bonus features, and then disc 2 is the colour animation. I think that has the Innes Lloyd documentary on, and then I think disc 3 has the making of The Savages. So if I remove the disc, we can take a look at the artwork behind. And with the disc removed, that is what the artwork looks behind, with sort of the rocky landscape with the Elder City there as well. And here we have a Doctor Who Steelbook lineup, so we can see the Peter Cushing Dalek films, the Daleks in colour, Galaxy 4, the Celestial Toymaker, the Savages, Power of the Daleks, the Underwater Menace, Macra Terror, the Faceless Ones, Evil of the Daleks, Abominable Snowmen, Web of Fear, Fury from the Deep, Speared from Space, Sharda, and then the Revive series, all on Steelbook there. So yeah, looking very nice. The Savages blend in wonderfully. So yeah, great to have another First Doctor Steelbook in the collection. So just waiting on the War Games in colour, and then yeah, that'll be very nice, because that looks like a very pretty Steelbook. So I'm very excited to get the War Games in colour to add to the collection. But for now, we've got to enjoy the Savages. So there we go, that has been my quick little unboxing of Doctor Who The Savages animation. So I just thought I'd do a quick little disc breakdown before I say goodbye. Disc 1 is the black and white episode with the telesnap reconstruction with commentary and narration. Disc 2 is the colour episode and the Innes Lloyd documentary. Disc 3 is Remembering / Forgetting the Savages, surviving footage, photo gallery and the animation gallery, BBC trading film and the trailer for the release. So that is the disc breakdown. I think that this looks like a wonderful release, packed with some nice special features, and hopefully the animation is as good, because the Celestial Toymaker was a surprising one and we've not really seen all that much footage from it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, and I hope that the animation does the story justice, because I think that it is a forgotten gem of the story in the First Doctor era, and I hope that it's one of those ones where people reappraise and go, you know what, this is great. Because I feel like a lot of people are going into this story not knowing much about it, only knowing that this is the one where Stephen leaves. So yeah, I think that hopefully this will be a story that gets sort of a redemption, like the Macra Terror, where people are like, oh yeah, this is actually a really strong story. So yeah, I will be doing a full review on the animation and special features coming up in the next week or so. But for now, thank you very much for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe for more Doctor related content coming up in the near future, such an unboxing of Doctor and the War Games in colour, and plenty of Big Finish reviews, collection updates. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.